What's up guys, MisterWaterMelon here, and today I'm bringing you guys a bit of a behind the scenes of the untold story of Beta Squad. I did a very long behind the scenes video last year for Untold 2, and I just watched that video and man was that tedious. It was 21 minutes. I basically recorded every day of what I was doing with the filming, and I decided a long time ago not to do that this year. I was originally not even going to do a behind the scenes, but there are a few things I did want to show you, and I figured I can make it behind the scenes, but just make it much, much shorter. So, I'm already in the middle of filming it right now, filming the animation right now. So I'm just going to give you a tour of the various sets, and some of them aren't even built yet. So, this will be a couple clips. So, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm using and what we got going on here. So, let me start off with the script here. I actually did this script in, actual, movie form, as opposed to, last year I just typed it out in Word. But I made, a real script this year. I've got each of the frames per line of dialogue on this side. The orange highlight is what I've filmed so far. So, I've done a couple scenes. Not a whole lot. Well, it seems like a lot as I'm scrolling, but, then you keep on going, and there's a lot more I gotta do. So, yeah, there's a lot of pages left of this. So, this is a 15-page script, and I've done a couple scenes. I've done, 4 scenes, maybe, out of, 11. Either way, in my tentative filming schedule, which, if I stay on schedule, I should be finished filming this by Tuesday, and today is currently Thursday, August 4th. If I stay on schedule, cross my fingers. So, I'm going to show you the sets I'm using. This is David's office. It's very simple, not like the comm center from last year where all the action took place. And I didn't even build a 4th wall on this set because I just didn't need to. Because all of the action takes place, or dialogue rather, takes place on this side of the office. So I've got a sliding door back here which mostly works when it feels like it. It gives a sliding door effect pretty well. You saw it in the film. Here we got Scout. I'm about to film, tomorrow, I'm going to film the super long scene in here where David tells his war story, basically. I'll show you that little setup I got later. And here's General David. I've never actually shown him officially. I might do a showcase video on him, I'm not entirely sure. The only time I've even mentioned him was in my Republic Army video from 2014. He was in it. So, he's in this animation. I didn't even realize I'd put him in this animation, but I found a good role for him. I changed his backstory, decided to put him in, and I gave him the soft waist cape as opposed to the hard plastic one that I actually painted for him a long time ago, because it would have just been impossible to film walking sequences with those. So now his legs are fully movable with this cloth waist cape, and he is fully painted. This was actually my first ever custom clone. I made him a long time ago. Never thought I'd ever use him for anything. Actually, I did. I had a whole different story for him, but never got around to making that, and I don't care to because I changed the story now. And there's his face detail, which you saw in the movie. I gave him gray hair because he's meant to be like an old guy. And, in my opinion, his scars were painted way better than, what's his name? Flair's were. Because Flair's got the face scars as well, here are Flair's face scars. And in my opinion, David's are way better, way sleeker. But I guess that shows Flair's recklessness or whatever, characterization. And I dropped the helmet. Oh no. So there you go. And just like last year, all these walls are removable because that's the only way to properly film stuff is having low angles like this as opposed to in the looking down. So here's a little office. Here's this bay window with it. This is just literally a piece of construction paper taped to the back of the window, so it just gives a little bit of a blue outside because Camino is mostly blue with water, so that's that. I got this little slanted wall aesthetic. It doesn't look perfect, but it's pretty cool. It's different, is what it is. It's different. Here's a crate. This is a hologram stand right there, and his little weapon stand. And here's his desk, which has this clear display piece, and just a few computers, chair. And I made the desk removable so that I can get better shots of the squad and scout, for instance. And those two little pieces are just indicators to me as to where the desk goes. That's that. And the video's already been 5 minutes. Maybe we'll make 20 after all, who knows. Here's the bunker room, which was kind of hard to design, but I think came out pretty neat with the circle. The color's not that accurate, but overall I think it's pretty neat. And the minifigs, as you can see, here's Heater with his no sleeve, because the flare ripped it off at one time. True story. Actually, that is the story I designed for, his no sleeve. There's Flare and Backer back there. He's the most average out of all of them. He's very simple. There's their training armor, which I haven't actually filmed those sequences yet, because they'll be filmed on this base plate. When I'm done the bunker room scenes, I'll tear the bunker room down and build the training ground. So that's what's going to happen there. There are the few chairs, awesome helmets with the blasters and all that stuff. So that's the bunker room. And whenever you see the wall on this side, it's actually just this wall that I moved over here to shoot those scenes. So, fun fact, this wall and the wall back here, literally the same wall. And these bunkers don't have beds in them. They're literally just for display only. And they come off relatively easily, but not with one hand. If I can uproot it without crashing the whole thing and everything's falling. Epic fail. But they do come off, I promise. So now I'm going to move over here. I'm actually about to film the flashback sequence with David's squad. None of these guys have names because they're not really in it for any purpose except to show David's war story. None of them have names. I don't even have a name for this squad, but I mean, there's no stories I can tell with them really because they all die. Yeah, that's kind of sad, but that's where David's all of his opinions come from. So this is really what kind of makes the film is David's story. And I didn't actually know that I'd be including David's story in this because I didn't know what he would be, but I decided to give him some depth to his character. So I added this this squad and this little backstory to David's character. So I think that's pretty cool. These clones are pretty cool that I designed as well. Just came up with these relatively quickly. So that is the sets that I've. Oh, and here's David's. David's office. No, Palpatine's office with our Palpatine and Gregor, who gets all of like a minute of screen time. That's fine. The story's not about him anyway. And let's see, what am I going to show? Oh, over here. This is my little edit bay station. I recorded all the voices this year with this new microphone. It's the Blue Snowball Ice, in case you guys are curious. And you've already heard this mic before, both in the animation and as well as the advent calendar analysis. And I also use this pop filter in front of it. So, just like that. So this is how I recorded my voices. And it's going to be edited right here, probably, when I edit it. I don't really know what else to show you in this clip, besides this is what I've got going on so far. Who knows, maybe we're actually going to make a 20-minute video after all. But either way, I'm going to stop for now and pick this camera up in a few days when I progress in the animation. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, so for this behind-the-scene clip, I'm just going to show you the armory, which is made out of the David's office plate. And I'm going to destroy the bunkers in a minute to make the hangars. So that'll be tomorrow's filming. And the armory's in it for all of like 2 seconds. But I really like the way this armory came out, so I want to show it to you guys in some greater detail. Obviously, the elephant in the room is the Beta Squad. And in case you're wondering, this is Beta Squad in Arabic, I think the language is, the basic, whatever it is. This is the font, and that actually says Beta Squad right there. And they're the armors. Just chilling, waiting for the squad to arrive. This is the gun rack on the wall, which very satisfying to look at and build. That's for sure. And they're sticking out of the wall using modified bricks rather, with the holes. And a little control panel. Monitor was taking out guns. There's some helmets in there, as well as some suits of armor and some crates back there. Either way, I really like the look of this armory. It's very sleek. So that's the scene. And now I'm done with these cadet uniforms, mostly, except for Backers. He's got to be in a few more scenes, but everybody else can change into their armor. Because the scenes left I have to film are the hangar scenes, the 2 hangar scenes. Oh, okay. I was just looking at my schedule, and I have the armor room schedule for next week as well. But either way, I have 4 scenes left to film, the 2 hangar scenes, and then the 2 scenes which are kind of separate, but it's the same scene. The whole scene in the training center, I've got to film left. So I'll show you guys those as soon as I build them. Alright, so what I did today is I filmed the Camino hangar scene. I'm about to build the Coruscant hangar and film the very last scene of the film. Then I got to go back and do the training sequences. So that'll be the last thing I film, is the training ground. I'll show you that when I build it, probably. But what I wanted to show you first is this custom taxi gunship. I decided it was. I just took the regular gunship and de-weaponized it. Like, I took off the bubble turrets everywhere, all of the cannons, added some extra little details. Like on the inside, I added a bench in there for the squad members to sit down on. Took off the back cannon, took off the top cannons, all the missiles, everything. And what I decided this was just a transport so that clones can get across Camino to, like, for instance, these guys would be transported over to the big deployment area, which is obviously not in the film, but that's my theory of what this is, just a custom non-canon vehicle of mine, but I think it came out pretty cool. Also to distinguish it from, like, they didn't actually take the gunship to Coruscant, but that doesn't matter. And now I'm going to rebuild the gunship, build the Coruscant hangar, and then after I film the Coruscant hangar scene with these dudes, then the training sequence, and then principal photography is wrapped, just about. So I'll see you guys in a little while. Alright, so today I'm filming the training center sequences. This is the last sequence I've got to film. And yesterday I built up this training ground, which is kind of bland, but that's kind of what the training grounds were like. So I've got the 4 commandos coming in, entering through this kind of gate thing, and these would be like grenade launchers. And these droids look real. I was kind of just too lazy to come up with fake droids, but they'll do. These are commando training, so they're a bit tougher. Here's a turret up here, rotatable mostly, but if you want to see the design, there you see it right there. That's pretty cool. And then coming into this little fortress, we get a few more turrets, more droids, and coming in here to where the flag is that they have to capture, and these 2 assassin droids with electro staffs. Commando's got to improvise a little bit. More cannons, lots of droids. This is supposed to be a pretty difficult course because they're in the higher stages of the course to begin with. And over here I've got the observation tower. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this yet, but you've seen it already. But this is my little bay window, and this is not the same office that all the action takes place. This is not David's office. This is just the overlook tower. Just table, a few chairs, a weapon stand. There's the clone, and there's General David. You can see him through there, overlooking the training exercise. So I'm going to go ahead and film this, and that should be the end of principal photography, and I'll see where I go from here. Alright guys, so here's another behind the scenes clip. I haven't filmed one in a couple days because I've been, actually probably about a week or so, because I've been editing, and I edited the video, uploaded the video. It's actually currently 9:30 on the upload day, so the video is going to be posted in exactly a half an hour. But right now, I just wanted to come and show you the edit files, just so I could just be more thorough as to what I did with the, or how I did the edit rather. I did it in 2 projects. The first project was the actual animation, which was putting each frame in individually. And if I can just get a good clip here and zoom in, you can eventually see each individual frame. I don't know how well that's coming out. Let me try and get this a little closer for you. But look, each and every single one of these is a frame. That one's a little longer, and then it just keeps getting like that. That's a little better. So you see each individual frame, and what I'm editing this in is Adobe Premiere Pro, because it's actually far better than Movie Maker. I did not expect it to be this much better. But either way, this was the first project that I did, and this was just the rough cut. This was the animation with no transition between the scenes and everything. And so then, after I finished with the animating, I exported this as one file like each scene was made, but the transitions weren't done. So then what I did was I had a new project file, which was everything else. Now, this blue that you see along here, this is that file I just exported. And so each individual scene is like that. And then I added the transitions. Sorry, I'm going to mute my computer. And so then I added on all of the scene transitions, like, let's keep going in a little bit, like, that right there is the dissolve between that scene and that scene, for instance. I had to add that. And these exponential fades, those are just, that's the music. So what I had to do here is I added in the title cards, I added in some visual effects, like I had to add some lighting effects for some scenes. Like wherever you see red, that means lighting effects were added. Or darkening effects, whichever. And then sound effects were added in this, and down here we finally get the music. And along here you can actually see the list of music. The list of music was in the description of the original video. And so that was just about that. And then I added in the credits up there. And that was basically how I did my edit for this project. I had to do it in two files. Sorry if there's background noise. Had to do it in two files, two edit projects rather, because that was just the easier way to do it. So I think that's going to just about do it for this behind the scenes video. The video is going to be posted in exactly 24 minutes as I'm filming this right now. It's Wednesday morning at 9:36 a.m. right now. So 10 a.m. the video will be live, and you've already seen it obviously if you're watching this through like this. So that is going to just about do it for this behind the scenes video, guys. Leave a big thumbs up if you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions about what I did. I'll be happy to answer them down in the comments below. And be sure to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't for further mocks, animations, reviews, hauls, analyses, all that cool stuff right there on Watermelon Studios. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't. And thank you guys for watching the animation. If you're obviously here, you've probably watched it. So thank you guys very much for watching. This has been Mr. Watermelon. Peace out, guys.